On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Sever.
To break or separate something by cutting, especially suddenly and forcibly.
Examples:
Sever a rope. Sever a positive relationship. He severed a branch from a tree quickly.
Clinic.
A building or hospital department where people can go for medical care or advice, especially of a particular condition.
Examples:
Visit to the veterinary clinic. A dental clinic. She holds a clinic on Tuesday mornings.
Flee.
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Homosexual.
Sexually attracted to people of one's own sex.
Examples:
Homosexual rights. Homosexual marriage. The law was repealed to protect the rights of homosexual citizens.
Illegal.
Not allowed by law.
Examples:
Illegal drugs. Child of illegal immigrants. The customs agents seized the illegal shipment.
Pun.
A humorous play on words or use of words that sound similar but have different meanings, often for a comedic effect, a form of wordplay.
Examples:
Witty pun. Silly pun. The comedian's pun had the audience laughing out loud.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things, a course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Reject.
To refuse to accept, consider, or use something or someone.
Examples:
Reject the proposal. Reject all imperfect merchandise. The company rejected the job candidate's application due to a lack of experience.
Mob.
A large and disorderly crowd of people, a large horde of animals.
Examples:
Mob psychology. Mob violence. The excited mob was getting out of control at the concert.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Detain.
To keep someone in official custody, to prevent them from leaving.
Examples:
Detain a terrorist. Detain for investigation. The police detained the suspect for questioning.
Torture.
The act of causing intense pain or suffering to someone to punish them, extract information from them, or for some other reason.
Examples:
A torture chamber. An instrument of torture. The use of torture is strictly prohibited under international law.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Asylum.
Protection granted to someone who has left their home country as a political refugee.
Examples:
Grant asylum. Asylum law. The refugees sought asylum in the neighboring country.
Persecution.
The act or practice of treating someone cruelly or unfairly, especially based on race, religion, or political belief.
Examples:
Persecution of minorities. Suffer persecution. The religious minority faced persecution from the dominant group.
ID.
A part of the psyche that represents the unconscious desires and instincts of an individual. In psychoanalytic theory, it is believed to be the most basic and primal part of the human psyche. Also ID, short for identification, a document or card that proves a person's identity, such as a driver's license, passport, or national ID card.
Examples:
The ID ego. ID card. I forgot my ID at home and needed it to enter the club.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
Psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.
Scar.
A mark that remains on the skin after a wound has healed.
Examples:
Burn scar. Carry a scar. Even after the wound has healed, a scar remains.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Chronic.
Being long-lasting and recurrent or characterized by long suffering, habitual.
Examples:
Risk of chronic disease. Chronic alcohol consumption. Chronic hyperglycemia is a trigger for a variety of serious diseases.
Debilitating.
Weakening or damaging, causing a loss of strength, energy, or success.
Examples:
Debilitating virus. Debilitating effect. His debilitating illness made it difficult for him to leave the house.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Scatter.
To cause to separate and go in different directions.
Examples:
Scatter seeds. Scatter around the internet. The hunter's approach scattered the geese.
Healing.
The process of becoming or making somebody or something well again.
Examples:
Natural healing ability. Part of the healing process. Each ancient tribe has its healing traditions.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Depression.
A mental condition in which a person feels very unhappy and without hope for the future, a severe recession in an economy or market.
Examples:
The Great Depression. The root problem of her depression. Depression symptoms might include a decrease in appetite and weight loss.
Paralyze.
To cause a person or part of the body to become unable to move or feel.
Examples:
Paralyze a city. Paralyze a person. The venom from the snake bite paralyzed his arm.
Flashback.
An interruption of the chronological sequence of events in a narrative, in which an event or scene from a past time is inserted into the current narrative.
Examples:
Vivid flashback. Flashback memory. The flashback scene in the movie shows the character's past experiences.
Nightmare.
A very frightening or unpleasant dream.
Examples:
Have a nightmare. Nightmare situation. Life as a waiter was a big nightmare for him.
Regularly.
At regular intervals or times.
Examples:
Regularly arranged. Post regularly to a blog. This site regularly shares high-quality academic materials.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Photograph.
A picture or image that is produced by a camera, a visual representation or record of a person, object, or scene that has been captured electronically or on film.
Examples:
Photograph album. Photograph memories. I found an old photograph of my grandparents from their wedding day.
Injury.
Harm done to a person's or an animal's body caused by an accident or an attack.
Examples:
Without injury. A fatal injury. My accidental injury got better right away.
Chronicle.
A historical account of events arranged in order of time, typically without analysis or interpretation.
Examples:
Chronicle of the war. Heroic chronicle. The chronicle of the kingdom's history was passed down through generations of royalty.
Steady.
Firmly fixed, supported, or balanced, not shaking or moving.
Examples:
Steady increase. Take a steady job. The patient's vital signs are steady, indicating a stable condition.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Submit.
To give or offer a document, proposal, etc., to a decision maker for examination or consideration.
Examples:
Agree to submit the bill. Submit an application. Please submit the assignment to me.
Affidavit.
A written statement made under oath, which is used as evidence in a legal proceeding.
Examples:
Sign an affidavit. File an affidavit. I must submit an affidavit to the court stating my version of events.
Forensic.
Relating to the use of scientific methods and techniques to investigate and solve crimes or legal disputes, pertaining to or involved in legal or criminal proceedings, using scientific evidence to support a claim or argument in a court of law or other formal settings.
Examples:
Find forensic evidence. Forensic team. Forensic scientists analyzed the DNA evidence to solve the crime.
Evaluate.
To assess or estimate the quality, significance, quantity, or value of something.
Examples:
Evaluate the grant proposal. Evaluate a situation. The meeting aims to evaluate possible choices.
Navigate.
To plan and direct the way that a ship, plane, etc. will travel, often by using a map.
Examples:
Navigate the Pacific. Navigate through a document. Our knowledge helps navigate our clients successfully.
Grant.
To agree to give or allow somebody.
Examples:
Grant a new license. Grant a land. The chairperson granted him the right to speak.
Deport.
To force someone to leave a country, typically on the grounds of illegal status or for having committed a crime.
Examples:
Deport a refugee. Deport dissidents from the party. The government has decided to deport illegal immigrants back to their home countries.
Rebuild.
To build again or anew.
Examples:
Rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Advocacy.
The act of supporting or promoting a particular cause or point of view, often through public campaigning or lobbying.
Examples:
Advocacy group. Consumer advocacy group. The group engages in advocacy through lobbying and campaigning for policy changes.
Unimaginable.
Beyond what can be imagined or conceived, impossible to comprehend or envision.
Examples:
Unimaginable horror. Unimaginable depths. The complexity of scientific theories was unimaginable for most people.
Tale.
A story made up in someone's imagination, especially one full of action and adventure.
Examples:
A fairy tale. Tale of horror. Ghosts in folk tales are almost always malicious.
Persecute.
To subject someone to hostility, ill treatment, or harassment, especially because of their race, religion, or political beliefs, to oppress or mistreat someone because of their identity.
Examples:
Persecute minorities. Persecute for small debts. The government's crackdown on free speech was seen as an attempt to persecute journalists and media outlets.
Impunity.
Exemption or freedom from punishment or harm, a state of being immune to negative consequences or legal accountability.
Examples:
Act with impunity. Enjoy impunity. The criminal was able to escape with impunity, despite committing multiple offenses.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Condone.
To overlook, forgive, or show approval for an action or behavior that is wrong or disapproved of.
Examples:
Condone the behavior. Condone the action. The parents refused to condone their daughter's behavior, which they considered unacceptable.
Paramilitary.
Relating to or resembling a military organization, but not part of a country's regular armed forces.
Examples:
Paramilitary personnel. Paramilitary operation. The paramilitary group was responsible for maintaining security in the region.
Domestic.
Relating to or inside a particular country, not foreign or international.
Examples:
Domestic airline. A domestic animal. GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Powerless.
Lacking power, strength, or authority, unable to act or effect change.
Examples:
powerless position, powerless in the organization. During the hurricane, we felt powerless against the winds and rain.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
a vulnerable bridge, vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Gang.
A group of people who organize and engage in criminal activity.
Examples:
a motorcycle gang, gang member. The street gang was known for its violent behavior.
Determinant.
A factor, circumstance, or condition that contributes to the shaping, influencing, or determining of a particular outcome or result.
Examples:
environmental determinant, a determinant of crop yields. One determinant of success is having a positive attitude and a strong work ethic.
Well-being.
The state of being happy and healthy and prosperous.
Examples:
the well-being of a nation, a sense of well-being. We are responsible for the care and well-being of all our employees.
Inclusive.
Including much or everything, and especially including stated limits, not excluding any of the people, things, ideas, etc. involved in something.
Examples:
a fully inclusive price, inclusive education. The university has established a capacity for each nationality as part of its inclusive policy.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
process improvement, decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Margin.
The space around the edge of a page or document. Finance, the net sales minus the cost of goods and services sold.
Examples:
margin error, a profit margin. Unfortunately, the book's margin was too small to make notes.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
heal a broken bone, heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Acknowledge.
To accept or admit the existence, reality, or truth of something. To accept that someone or something has a particular authority or quality. To express obligation, thanks, or gratitude for someone's help, commitment, etc.
Examples:
acknowledge the deed, acknowledge his help. He never acknowledged his fault.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples.
The problem of drug abuse. Victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Viol.
A stringed instrument, typically with 6 strings and frets, played with a bow, also called a viola da gamba.
Examples.
Viol instrument. Viol music. The viol player was rehearsing for an upcoming concert.
Atrocity.
Brutal act, an extremely wicked or cruel act.
Examples.
Commit atrocity. Cold-blooded atrocity. The atrocity of the war left many children orphaned.
Pathway.
A track that constitutes or serves as a path, an approach or a way of doing something.
Examples.
Pathway to understanding. Cellular signaling pathways. When the first molecule in the pathway receives a signal, it activates other molecules.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples.
Tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Obstacle.
A thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress.
Examples.
An obstacle to progress. Obstacle avoidance. The obstacle course was challenging but fun.
Drag.
To pull or haul with force.
Examples.
Drag a chair over. Drag a team down. He dragged the heavy suitcase behind him as he walked.
Entitle.
To give someone the right to have or do something. To give a title to someone or something.
Examples.
Entitle him to a pension. Entitle the company to use the logo. The employee was entitled to a week of vacation time.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples.
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Refuge.
The state of being safe or protected from danger, trouble, or difficulty, or a place providing shelter or protection from them.
Examples.
Refuge camp. A harbor of refuge. Some of the émigrés sought refuge in this country.
Prosecute.
To bring legal action against someone in a court of law. To pursue or carry out something to completion or achievement.
Examples:
prosecute criminal, prosecute case. The attorney decided to prosecute the suspect for stealing from the store.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
judge a competition, an associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
decision authority, a selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Partnership.
The state of a cooperative relationship between people or groups, especially in business.
Examples:
partnership across the Atlantic, establish a partnership. The military partnership between the two countries created tension in the international community.
Epic.
A long, heroic poem or story. Adjective, very imposing or impressive.
Examples:
historical epic, epic journey. The movie is the heroic epic of a young man's journey to become a warrior and defend his kingdom.
Migration.
The movement of animals to a new location, frequently as the seasons change.
Examples:
the migration of birds, overseas migration. There was a migration of impoverished farmers into the towns.
Conflict.
A strong disagreement, argument, or a violent clash between two opposing groups or individuals.
Examples:
the conflict between good and evil. The long-standing conflict. He and I often had conflicts, not only in personality, but also in ideology.
Forcibly.
Done by physical power or violence, against someone's will.
Examples:
forcibly remove, forcibly taken into a car. The police officer forcibly removed the protesters from the public park.
Displace.
To force someone or something to leave their home or place of origin, especially as a result of conflict, natural disaster, or manipulation.
Examples:
displace workers. Displace the explosive power. The construction of the new dam will displace hundreds of families living downstream.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Refugee.
A displaced person who has crossed national borders and who cannot or is unwilling to return home due to political, religious, or economic reasons or because of a war.
Examples:
Global refugee crisis. The refugee camp. The community warmly welcomed the refugees.
Escalate.
To increase in intensity, size, or severity, to make something greater, worse, or more serious.
Examples:
Escalate into a major international incident. To escalate. The situation quickly escalated and turned violent.
Murder.
The crime of killing somebody intentionally.
Examples:
Murder in the second degree. Attempted murder. This intriguing murder mystery remains unsolved.
Corruption.
Dishonest, harmful, or illegal behavior, especially of people in positions of power.
Examples:
Corruption accusation. Federal corruption charges. Rampant corruption led to a loss of trust in the government.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Widespread.
Existing or happening in various places or among many people.
Examples:
Widespread use. Widespread fear of nuclear war. In medieval times, death punishment was widespread and socially accepted.
Tolerate.
To allow something to exist or happen, even if it is disliked or opposed.
Examples:
Tolerate his disrespectful behavior. Tolerate ambiguity. I can't tolerate spicy food, and it always gives me heartburn.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples:
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Ineffective.
Not producing any significant or intended effect or result.
Examples:
An ineffective speech. Pull an ineffective player. These treatments were ineffective against a virus.
Desperate.
Feeling or showing a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation.
Examples:
Her desperate screams. Desperate attempt. He was desperate when he lost all his money by gambling.
Unprecedented.
Never having been seen, done, or known before.
Examples:
Unprecedented boom. Unprecedented business opportunity. Unprecedented amounts of heckling and slogan shouting took place throughout the event.
Accompany.
To go somewhere or travel with someone or something.
Examples:
Accompany a chicken dish. Accompany the book. Please let me know if you want to accompany me to my hometown.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
Chemical addition. Addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Stranded.
Left in a difficult or helpless position, without access to help or resources, unable to move or proceed.
Examples:
Stranded travelers. Financially stranded. After their car broke down, the family was stranded on the side of the highway for hours.
Humanitarian.
Something relating to the promotion of human welfare, or someone who works to promote human welfare.
Examples:
Humanitarian crisis. A truly humanitarian act. The organization is dedicated to providing humanitarian aid to disaster-stricken areas worldwide.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Fog.
A thick cloud consisting of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air at or near the Earth's surface. A weather condition in which visibility is reduced because of a cloud of water.
Examples:
A dense fog. Front fog lights. The fog cleared away, and the star-filled sky appeared.
Counterclaim.
A legal or formal response made by a defendant in a lawsuit or legal dispute.
Examples:
Make a counterclaim. Respond to a counterclaim. The defendant filed a counterclaim against the plaintiff.
Proof.
A fact or piece of information that shows something is true or exists.
Examples:
Documentary proof. A geometric proof. Proof is better than argument.
Deserve.
To be worthy of or entitled to something, especially something good or valuable.
Examples:
Deserve respect. Deserve this prize. The employee deserved the promotion for their hard work and dedication.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale, economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Migrant.
A traveler who moves from one region or country to another, especially to find work or better living conditions, a bird or an animal that moves from one place to another.
Examples:
Migrant worker, the movement of migrant birds. The government revoked his license to employ migrant labor crews.
Exploit.
To make full use of and gain an advantage from resources, opportunities, etc.
Examples:
Exploit a security hole. Exploit a valuable opportunity. We exploit our mining resources to strengthen our national power.
Trafficking.
The illegal trade in goods, services, or people, often across national borders.
Examples:
Trafficking operation, narcotic trafficking. Human trafficking is a serious issue that needs to be addressed by governments and organizations worldwide.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Infiltrate.
To enter or penetrate a group, organization, or place covertly or secretly, usually with a specific purpose or goal in mind. To spread or diffuse through something gradually or subtly.
Examples:
Infiltrate the bloodstream. Infiltrate a community. The spy was able to infiltrate the enemy's headquarters undetected.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Conduct.
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Assault.
A violent physical attack, the crime of forcing someone to submit to sexual intercourse against their will. Assault aircraft. Victim of sexual assault. We got caught up in an assault case.
Corroborate.
To confirm or support something that has already been suggested, particularly by providing evidence or witness testimony.
Examples:
corroborate evidence, corroborate story. The eyewitness testimony corroborated the suspect's alibi.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
rap music, get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
economic threat, environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Indirect.
Happening in addition to the main or intended aim, cause or result, often in a way that is not obvious, not following the shortest or straight way.
Examples:
indirect taxation, indirect lighting. He expressed his dissatisfaction in an indirect way.
Wit.
The ability to say or write things or ideas in a clever and humorous way.
Examples:
the wit of man, full of wit. He has the wit to keep talking about this topic.
Untold.
Not yet revealed or known, not having been counted or measured.
Examples:
untold riches, an untold number of people. The untold stories of the disaster victims need to be heard to understand the impact fully.
Grief.
A very great sadness, especially when somebody dies.
Examples:
have grief and sorrow. A lot of grief. Each person has a unique grief experience.
Utter.
Complete, total, or absolute, said, done, or experienced without any exceptions or qualifications, spoken aloud or enunciated very clearly and distinctly. Verb, to speak or articulate words, sounds, or a voice.
Examples:
utter nonsense, utter a big sigh. The utter chaos of the concert crowd made it seem like a wild animal was in the room.
Mutilate.
To cause severe damage, disfigurement, or injury, usually to a person or an animal. To destroy, alter, or damage something severely or irreparably.
Examples:
mutilate a document, mutilate a body. It is cruel for anyone to mutilate an animal for any reason.
Cousin.
The child of your aunt or uncle.
Examples:
Cross-cousin marriage. Cousin's family. I used to play with my younger male cousins when I was a little girl.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Toll.
Money that you have to pay to use a particular road, bridge, etc. Verb, to ring slowly.
Examples:
A toll road. Toll a bell at his death. There is no toll car park nearby.
Immense.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Immense amount. Immense pressure. He left his wife an immense fortune.
Anxiety.
A feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something that is happening or might happen in the future.
Examples:
Diagnosis of anxiety disorder. Anxiety for knowledge. She waited for her daughter with anxiety.
Disorder.
An untidy state or a lack of organization, a physical condition or illness that causes problems with how a section of the body or brain functions.
Examples:
The files are in complete disorder. People with bipolar disorder. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the mental disorder.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Veteran.
A person who has had long experience in a particular area or activity.
Examples:
A 20-year veteran in the industry. Veteran teacher. The veteran soldiers have the role of teaching recruits the stringencies of training.
Burden.
A duty, responsibility, etc. that is oppressive or worrisome, a load, typically a heavy one that is difficult to carry.
Examples:
Carry a burden. Burden of disease. That car has a low environmental burden.
Trauma.
An emotional wound or shock often has long-lasting effects caused by a highly upsetting or shocking experience.
Examples:
psychic trauma, trauma care. Many civilians have suffered trauma as a result of the war.
Immigration.
The act or process of coming to live permanently in a foreign country.
Examples:
Immigration control, immigration application. The immigration policy in this country is stringent, making it difficult for many people to obtain a visa.
Reminiscent.
Making you remember someone or something, relating to the recall of personal interests.
Examples:
Reminiscent of ancient times. Reminiscent smile. His painting style is reminiscent of Monet's.
Headline.
A heading at the top of a newspaper or magazine story or page.
Examples:
Headline article. Banner headline. The engagement of the two golf players became headline news.
Rip.
To tear something or be torn violently or suddenly.
Examples:
Rip a notebook apart. Rip a hole in the roof. During transit, the stuff may rip off the luggage tag.
Toddler.
A young child who has recently learned to walk.
Examples:
An active toddler. Toddler in nappy. A toddler needs constant supervision and firm control.
Infant.
A baby or very young child.
Examples:
Infant daughter. Infant food. Mozart was an infant prodigy.
Sanitary.
Clean and hygienic, of or relating to the promotion of health through cleanliness.
Examples:
Due to sanitary reasons. Adopt sanitary measures. The public restrooms were equipped with automatic flushers and hand sanitizer to maintain high sanitary conditions.
Cage.
A structure made of metal bars or wire in which birds or animals can be kept.
Examples:
An insect cage. A bird in a cage. The trapped bear is running amok in its cage.
Absence.
The fact or condition of being away from a place where they are typically anticipated to be.
Examples:
Absence from work. A leave of absence. Another critical factor of child poverty is the father's absence.
Negligence.
Failure to take proper care in doing something, a lack of attention or care that results in harm or damage, a legal term describing wrongdoing that results in injury or loss.
Examples:
Negligence in duty. Criminal negligence. The victim's family filed a lawsuit against the hospital for negligence in their loved one's care.
Complication.
Something that makes a situation or condition that is complex or confused.
Examples.
Complication of structure. Resolve without complication. He also continued to struggle with serious long-term complications.
Custody.
The state of being physically responsible for something or someone, especially a child, a state of being confined, usually for a short time.
Examples.
Take a person into custody. Custody arrangement. After a lengthy court battle, the child's custody was granted to the father.
Administer.
To oversee and control the operation or arrangement of something.
Examples.
Administer justice. Administer the funds. After the accident, 3 governmental bodies administer the company.
Scope.
The range of one's perceptions, thoughts, or actions, or a subject that.
Examples.
Scope of a project. Have broad scope. The scope of human thought is diverse.
Systematic.
Done or acting according to a determined set of systems or plans.
Examples.
A systematic reformation. Systematic botany. Science is based on the systematic classification of experience.
Purposeful.
Having a specific aim or purpose, determined.
Examples.
Purposeful series of actions. At a purposeful pace. She had a purposeful look and was determined to complete the task.
Endanger.
To put someone or something in a risky situation.
Examples.
Endanger my health. Endanger a close relationship. Their actions endangered the lives of innocent people.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples.
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Plead.
To make a serious and urgent request or appeal, especially for help or mercy.
Examples.
Plead for mercy. Plead a political cause. He pleaded with the authorities to release his son, who had been wrongly accused.
Physician.
A medical doctor who practices medicine.
Examples.
The advice of the physician. Consult with a physician. She visited the local physician to seek treatment for her persistent headache.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples.
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Exploration.
The activity of searching and finding out about something through a place.
Examples:
Future of space exploration. An Arctic exploration. He called for a careful exploration of the consequences.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Compel.
To force or require someone to do something. To exert a strong, irresistible force or pressure that makes someone act in a certain way.
Examples:
Compel a person to submission. Compel attention. The strict deadlines will compel the team to work efficiently.
Examine.
To study or consider a person or object attentively and thoroughly to learn something about them.
Examples:
Examine the data studiously. Examine the issue. Initially, we must examine all project-related expenses.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Liberty.
The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views.
Examples:
Personal liberty. Liberty as a right. The founding fathers fought for the liberty of the American people.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit. Buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Gravitation.
The force by which a celestial body, such as the Earth, pulls objects toward its center, the attraction between two or more objects due to their mass.
Examples:
Terrestrial gravitation. Universal gravitation. The force of gravitation keeps the planets in our solar system in orbit around the Sun.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Patrol.
The act of guarding an area or conducting surveillance of an area to maintain order, perform security functions, or prevent crime, a group of officers or soldiers that conducts such an operation.
Examples:
Patrol car, border patrol. The highway patrol officer pulled over the speeding vehicle on the freeway.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Renew.
To begin or resume something again after an interruption.
Examples:
Renew a contract. Renew its corporate image. I have to renew my passport by the middle of September.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Dispose.
To put things or people in a particular manner or position, to incline someone towards a specific activity or mood, throw or cast away.
Examples:
Dispose battleships for a battle. Dispose of a used product. Generally speaking, the child is innately disposed to learn a language.
Imminent.
Coming or likely to happen very soon.
Examples:
Imminent danger. Imminent arrest. This country was long faced with imminent peril.
Shelter.
A structure built to provide protection from poor weather, danger, or attack.
Examples:
Rainproof shelter. Anti-air raid shelter. They really need food and shelter.
Desperately.
In a way that shows a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation, with great urgency.
Examples:
Desperately anxious. Desperately ill patient. The baby clung desperately to her mother.
Privilege.
A special right or advantage that only one person or group of people has, usually because they are rich and powerful in a society.
Examples:
A breach of privilege. Privilege of membership. In the Middle Ages, the right to hunt in the wild was the privilege of royalty and nobility.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples.
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Settle.
To reach an agreement of disagreement.
Examples.
Settle a dispute. Settle down in the town. I don't want to settle for second best.
Illusion.
A false idea or belief, especially about somebody or about a situation.
Examples.
Optical illusion. Illusion of being in forest. He could no longer tell the difference between illusion and reality.
Perpetuate.
To make something continue or prevail for a long time.
Examples.
Perpetuate a myth. Perpetuate chronic pain. That work perpetuates his fame.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples.
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Retrain.
To teach or learn a new or different set of skills or knowledge, usually to adapt to a new job, situation, or technology.
Examples.
Retrain employees. Retrain skills. She plans to retrain in a new field after retiring from her current career.
Welfare.
The general health, happiness, and prosperous of a person or group.
Examples.
Child welfare. A welfare state. She struggled for years to survive without welfare.
Detention.
The act of holding someone in custody, especially as a punishment for a crime they are suspected of having committed.
Examples.
Detention center. Immigration detention. The government is criticized for the prolonged detention of political activists without trial.
Advocate.
A person who supports or suggests an idea, development, or way of doing something.
Examples.
An advocate of disarmament. Public education advocates. Advocates of abolishing the death penalty often argue that the alternative heaviest sentence should be life in prison.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Obligation.
The state of being morally or legally bound to do or pay something.
Examples:
A deep obligation. Pay an obligation. You are under no obligation to finish the job.
Unfold.
To open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up, to reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
Unfold the story. Unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
A hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Blossom.
The reproductive structure on a flowering plant that consists of usually colorful petals and a typically green calyx, merging of sepals, the state or time of flowering, the peak of a person's or thing's development or success.
Examples:
Apple blossom. Blossom garden. The cherry blossom trees in the park were in full bloom, creating a beautiful sight.
Sane.
Mentally sound or normal, having a rational mind.
Examples:
For a sane reason. Sane judgment. Despite the difficult circumstances, he remained sane.